This is a experience report on Modafinil / trip report on Modafinil. Alright, I'll start with Modafinil. In my experience, Modafinil was both a very fun and very functional stimulant. Very fun indeed. It took about an hour and a half before I would normally start feeling the effects. Probably 2.5 hours before I'd start feeling the effects really hit me. And from then on, the bulk of the effect would last for 10 hours. And then maybe a couple of hours of residual stimulation, and then a third hour of feeling the effects properly wearing off. I found that it made me very motivated, more sociable, and noticeably more energetic. Very, very good for dance parties. It made me much better at socialising and seemed to help me to talk about things at greater depth and for long periods of time. It made me very alert whilst under the influence. Made me more focused on anything I was doing, allowing me to do mundane tasks for hours and get far more enjoyment out of them. Really good for the cleaning, just like the old amphetamines. However, it was very easy to get distracted by this focus. You could end up on one task for 10 hours, all the while forgetting to feed yourself. Another thing with this focus is that, for example, if you intend to study or use it to clean up, and you take the chemical, go for a drive, and then it kicks in after an hour and a half and you're still driving, you might focus on driving and instead do that for 6 hours. So what you'd want to do, say if you wanted to do the cleaning or the studying, is maybe do something else for an hour, and then for the next hour or the next couple of hours you want to be around your books, already studying or already cleaning around your house. Because it's like you've got a lot of focus on it, but you have to be in the activity to be focused on it, otherwise you'll forget what your original intent was. It's a very strange one in that way. After a day use, I didn't really feel bad. The next day without use, sometimes just a little tired in the morning, but after an hour or half an hour it pretty much faded away. When using for 3 days or longer, I did feel a little weird the next few days, like I'd feel a little bit down, a little bit out of it with the world. Not really feeling tired, but wanting to nap. Not necessarily feeling tired, just it hits you, this want to nap, and you'll sleep for about 5 minutes, a few times a day. It's very strange. It was also impossible to sleep on while you're actually on it. I don't know why, but until you get to like the 14-hour mark, so 12 hours from the 2-hour mark, it's just really hard to sleep. Like, you're trying to sleep or you might feel tired, but you just won't sleep. But once the effects start wearing off properly, you'll just feel ready to sleep. But you don't necessarily need to either. It's weird in that way. I found it was good for learning and for taking in new activities, as it's a very focused drug, and it seemed to put me in a good mood. So, for example, when learning new martial arts or new dances, it sort of puts you in a good mood, gets you in the sort of flow kind of mind state. So, for me, I think it's best for learning and for doing new things, and also for social activities as well. So, for myself, personally, I would recommend that I use it for both recreational and functional purposes. But that if using it for functional purposes, must be careful to use that focus properly. Recreational purposes, it's a blast because you just feel good, you're focused on your things, everything's enhanced just a little bit, and because of that focus on concentration, you perform just a little bit better at pretty much everything you do. That concludes my Modafinil trip / experience report. Thank you very much for listening.